Hello, hello, hello. How are you guys doing today? Happy Wednesday, y'all. I am tired. This week has caught up with me. Oh my Lord. I feel like I have been out of the house so much this week, more than I am used to. I am beat. I am so beat, and I feel like I'm kind of like reaching my limit. It's so much, well, not warmer, but it's not as cold as it's been the last couple days. So I guess warmer, yeah. So I'm excited about my walk tonight, but I'm also very tired. I have to tell you what I'm really excited about. I'm excited to get back from my walk, eat, take my shower, put on my comfy pajamas, and lay down and take a nap and watch my shows when I get up. I'm really excited about my nap and my shows tonight when I get up, because tomorrow, you know what? I didn't check what time my therapy appointment is. It's either at 2 or 3, but it's from here, so it's a Zoom call. So I don't have to get up early tomorrow. I had to get up early yesterday. I had to get up early today. I had to get up real early today. Well, early for me, for my hair appointment. And then I ran around with Caroline all day today. And then when I got back, I filmed a bunch of videos. I have filmed so many videos this week, and I'm planning to film videos this weekend because Alex is going to be out of town. I have to tell you, I am really excited for my bachelor weekend. I'm planning to just read, listen to audiobooks. You're like, Peter, this is every weekend for you. I know. I know. So I got my hair done today at 11:15, and then Alex got his hair done at 1 o'clock. We go the same person. And so she was asking me today, because I said, you know, Alex is going on this vacation this week, and he's going to Fort Lauderdale for this bachelor party. And she's like, oh, I had forgotten that, blah, 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 whatever. And I said, yeah. And she's like, so do you wish you were going? I said, no. I mean, I wish, yeah, I was going to a beach, but no, I'm not. Like, this weekend, a bachelorette party, I'm totally good with not going. And she's like, do you get excited when he goes away? I said, I kind of do. She's like, I love, because she has a daughter that's in high school. And she's like, she went and stayed at her friend's house this weekend. And she said, I kept on checking her location, because sometimes she'll go like stay at her friend's house, but then she'll come home. And she's like, I just want to make sure that I have the house to myself. She's like, I was binge watching, everybody today was talking about His and Hers. She was like, I was binge watching His and Hers. And she was like, I ordered food. I said, I know, sometimes I just like to be at the house alone. I said, but I feel like it's so funny, because if I say it online, I said, people online are like, why does he want to spend a weekend away from his husband? I said, but when I say it to my friends, like, everybody understands it. She's like, I totally understand it. She's like, I wish my daughter would spend more time with her friends. Caroline gets it, Tanya gets it, Tanya's husband gets it, Caroline's husband gets it, all my friends get it. I don't understand why that's such a weird concept. Not that Alex cares like when I sleep or anything like that. He really doesn't. Every time I do a Q&A together, like a couples Q&A, people are always like, does Alex care like your sleep schedule? No, he doesn't care at all. At all. He could give a crap about my sleep schedule. But anyway, it's so funny, because people are like, well, how does it change at all? It doesn't really change anything at all, except for that, like, I can film later in the evening. I can go to bed at like 8 o'clock in the morning if I want. I wouldn't with him here go to bed at like 8 o'clock, because I like to have all my inside videos and everything done by the time he comes home. Like right now, he's like packing, and because tomorrow he's got a late night because he's got this meeting tomorrow night. So he's like packing, and he's like folding laundry and stuff, hanging out with the dogs. So he can be inside and like listen to music and stuff, or like if he's watching TV shows. He doesn't mind like sitting downstairs while I film upstairs, but I like to have everything done so he can relax. I mean, he's been gone and worked all day long. So I like to have all the inside videos done, which means like he sometimes comes home as early as 4:30. I sometimes don't start making videos until as late as 2 o'clock, which means that I have 2.5 hours to film videos. You know what I mean? So today, though, I got the videos done real quick. I don't know what time I started. I don't know what time I got back. My neighbor's dogs are out down there. I can hear the little dogs. But anyway, I don't remember what time I got back from being with Caroline. 2:30, something like that. And he didn't get home until like right at like 6 o'clock today. I think he got home. Because I texted him, I was like, are you going to be done right at 5? And he was like, no, we got started with our last meeting late, so I won't leave until like 5:30. And he got home like right at 6. And it's currently, time check, it is currently 6:58 p.m. But I like to have all that stuff done. So the only difference is like, if he's not here this weekend, you know, obviously, like if I film this weekend, well, Friday, I mean, so I can't remember what time he leaves on Friday. But if I want to like film my vlog, even inside or whatever, I'm hoping that the storm shifts a little bit. I want everybody to be safe. I will say that. But the storm right now is supposed to be above us and definitely below us. And we're not really supposed to get any weather whatsoever. I was going to say inclement, but it's not. I just learned recently from one of you that it's not inclement, it's inclement. Okay, so thank you for that. But anyway, but now I will never forget that because somebody commented on my video. So anyway, did I say it right? It's ENT, not like climate. It's like, but anyway, I was kind of hoping that we would get some snow and some weather. I didn't get any more firewood today or any more fire starter logs because I have 3, you know, and that takes me through the weekend. I can't imagine like how many, you know, fires I'm going to want to have this week. I probably won't end up having any. It's probably what'll end up happening. But no, I have to be honest with you, like my plan is right now to film like Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. But I have filmed so much this week already. Like I filmed one day this week. Was it yesterday? I can't remember what day it was. Yesterday or Monday I filmed 7 videos. And then one day I filmed 5, and today I filmed with my vlog 6 video. So I am like almost, like the only video I didn't film today was my Peterisms channel. And I was going to, but at that point I was like, I want to get these videos done before I come outside and vlog. Like Nikki's just texted me and she's like, what are you doing? I said, I'm getting ready to go outside and vlog. She's like, it's kind of late, isn't it? And I was like, girl, I've been vlogging at this time like every night recently. But anyway, yeah, so I always think I'm going to like get started vlogging earlier and be done and whatever, but it's whatever. So I don't know, like I'm just going to kind of take it day by day and see like, you know, like Friday, Saturday, Sunday when I wake up, like, so, I mean, I've got all next week too. So I'll kind of see how it goes. Like I'll probably film on my TV channel, definitely, because, well, tomorrow, well, Saturday I like to do Love After Lockup. I'd like to do Love After Lockup Friday from last week because I have notes for that. And then Saturday I'll watch Love After Lockup. Well, if I don't watch it until Saturday with Nikki, then I'll do it on Sunday because I won't be going to brunch on Sunday. I'm actually thinking about, I haven't ordered, well, I haven't gone to Rise, this breakfast place, this brunch place right up the street from us. I think that since the summer was the last time that Alex and I went there. Whenever it was, I talked about it on here. And I got this wrap sandwich from there that was so delicious. They have oh my God, these cinnamon rolls. I gotta stay away from the cinnamon rolls. But the wrap sandwich was pretty healthy. I should look it up and see what it's called, see if they still have it. I'm thinking about one day this weekend, like ordering brunch. Yeah, but I'm just gonna, that's the other thing, is I'm really kind of excited just to play it by ear. Like, you know, like when Alex is here on the weekends, like we'll usually be like, we'll do brunch, you wanna watch a movie together. I have like nothing planned, and I'm so excited about it. I'm like so excited about it. Tanya called me earlier. I haven't had a chance to call her back yet, but we had talked about doing something this weekend, so I'm wondering if that's why she's calling. But I kind of love the idea of like not having any plans, and just like, I mean, if I wanted to all day on Saturday and Sunday just binge watch TV shows, I could. This is the problem. Does anybody else out there relate to that? I would feel like I was so like non-productive. Like I have a hard time. Like Alex will binge watch an entire show in a day and then start something else. I mean, he'll get stuff done while he does that. Like he'll do laundry and whatever. But I just feel like there's so many things I could be doing. I don't know why I don't feel like that at 1 o'clock in the morning, but I don't. But even when I'm watching shows like late at night, I'm switching out laundry, cleaning up the kitchen, organizing a drawer, something like that. I have a hard time just sitting and being present. I'm trying to practice that right now, you know? That's like been my goal for the last, you know, 2 years. So, all right, all my stuff. But yeah, y'all, I'm tired. Well, yesterday I had to get up, well, earlier than I usually get up, and get the dogs ready and all that stuff to go to my dentist appointment. Then I went to my dentist appointment, which I was dreading, but it went fine. Then I came home and I filmed a bunch of videos. And then the walk, and then shower, ate, nap. What did I watch last night while I was eating? Alex was watching Grey's Anatomy. It was very serious. I kept on walking in front of him because I was like checking my vlog. I kept on walking in front of him and I would lean over like with my butt out. Like, isn't my butt attractive? And he was very like, usually he'll laugh if I do something stupid. Like sometimes I'll like dance over the computer or whatever and he just thinks it's stupid and funny. But last night Grey's Anatomy was very serious. There was no jokes about it. I actually think I texted Nikki about it. Hold on a second. Hold on, what did I say to her last night? She just finished cleaning up. She said, I just got done doing dinner dishes. Okay. Where is the part where I said? Okay, we're talking about her hairdo back in the day. Hold on a second. Where is this? Oh, I said to her, I forgot to tell you something about my dentist appointment today. And she said, the dentist did not tell you I'm a bitch. Because I'm always trying to... I said, I effing hate you. And she said, ah. Okay. She's texting me. Her son lost his tooth last night. So he was like, okay. Where is it? I was texting her about Alex. Because I sent her this picture of Alex, like, sitting in the chair. And he's, like, petting Walter. Isn't that cute? Okay. Where is it at? I was talking about this new true crime show that I might watch. I ended up watching it. I said, Alex is watching Grey's Anatomy, which is very, very serious. I keep walking by and stopping and sticking out my butt. Too serious, no jokes, LOL. I said, very serious. And then she texted me something about her husband playing his handheld game. And she said, very serious. So anyway, yeah, that was our exciting night last night. So I am totally caught up on Below Deck. I'm totally caught up on 1,000 Pound Sisters. Did my reaction to 1,000 Pound Sisters today. Then last night, I watched this documentary. A couple people sent it to me. It's called The Secrets We Bury on HBO. I did my reaction to it on my movie channel today, so I won't say anything about it. You guys can go check it out over there. People always say, you talk about the same things on all your channels. Go watch my movie channel, see what I thought about The Secrets We Bury. Okay, and then that was an hour and a half. And then after that, so this was the thing. I set my alarms this morning for like 8:30 and 8:40. I ended up going upstairs to bed at like 4:15. I was like, you are only gonna get like 4 hours of sleep. I was like, I don't care. I can if I don't feel like filming this is what I do, right? So I'm like rationalizing it in my head. I was like, I don't care. Then when I come home, I can just sleep and I will just do my vlog. But then I came home after being with Caroline and I was like, no, I want to film videos. Because I knew I was gonna do the 1,000 Pound Sisters video. And then I wanted to do my reaction to the movie. So I was like, I'll just do those two. And then I ended up filming 6 videos. Well, the vlog is 6. But anyway. But I had a lot of fun filming videos today. So anyway, now I'm like paying for it because I'm tired, see? And it's 2 days of not getting a lot of sleep. You know what I mean? So anyway, after that I watched, well, I had like 50 minutes left of, I thought it was on episode 6. It was episode 5 of The Last Frontier. Caroline said she watched it and then she got to the last episode and she never finished it. And I said, why? And she goes, because it was boring. Last night, she was texting me about shows to watch. What was she asking me last night? She was like, Hijack. She was asking me about Hijack. And I said, I'm not going to start Hijack because we went through this last year. I can remember sitting in that chair talking to her about it. And I said, or maybe I remember talking to you guys about it. But Caroline and I were talking about Hijack because we loved it. But every episode, we had to wait a week for it to come out. I hate that. I know that is such a stupid complaint. But you know, like back in the day, like, you had regular TV with an antenna and you had to wait every week. We didn't know different, so we didn't complain about it, right? Like, for the episodes to come out every week. But then we got streaming services, and we pay all this money for streaming services. And now some streaming services, you have to pay extra money not to have ads in your streaming service. And then the streaming services release an episode a week. Okay, so it's basically back, like, we're paying. Back then you didn't even have to pay for TV. Now it's like we're paying for what we had 40 years ago. It's stupid to me, right? Like, just release the whole, you know you already have a season, just release it. We will binge it all. I think it's actually, like, a lot of people that I know will say, I kind of like watching it every week because then you can talk about it. I don't. I don't. Release it all at once. Because, like, The Pit is, like, 15 episodes. Last night, I almost started watching The Pit. I am, like, so dying to watch The Pit. I love that show. I think Emily was the one that said it on my top 10 shows of 2025. She was like, I thought The Pit would be on here. I was like, why is The Pit not on here? And I looked through my list of watch TV shows. Walter keeps on coming over here and, like, peeking to the side. Like, no lie, seriously, he's like this. They're up to something. He just did it again. What are they up to? Let's see if he does it again. Anyway, he just came over here and now he's smelling my Birkenstocks. He's looking right at me. What are you doing? He was what? What are you doing, bud? You want to see him? How could you be mad at him? He's so sweet. What are you doing, Walter Wiggletoes? What's that, Pash Brown? Look at him. Hi, little guy. Where's your brother? He said, I'm in trouble, I can tell. He's like, we're up to no good. See, okay, now he's going to come over the door. Boo Radley used to stand right there and look out the door. Otis doesn't really like it, but like when I'm working the computer and stuff, Otis will like lay on the floor right next to me, but Walter likes to stand in the door. I leave the door open so he can like look out the door. Oh, by the way, I just made coffee. I had coffee earlier with Caroline. Look, I forgot all about this cup. This metal cup. I think somebody sent this to me. I like it. Anyway, I used it last night. I'm using it today. This is the Lavazzo Caramel Biscotti. It's not bad, the Lavazzo coffee. It's not my favorite, but it's not bad. The Affogato is really good. By the way, whoever said it was coffee over espresso then said they didn't know why they wrote that, and it was actually like espresso over ice cream. So something I would do. I would get it wrong too. I love that they even felt like, I think it's so funny that you felt the need to like correct yourself. Listen, I get stuff wrong all the time. Throughout the day, I probably 100 times, if not more. Tanya and I are at the point where we don't even correct each other anymore. Caroline, like, everything I say wrong, she corrects me. And I'm like, girl, come on now. You don't even start that with you. Like, let's not even do that. Anyway. I have a couple people on some of my videos. I know they watch my, like, every video I make. They're nice people. But, like, literally correct me every time I get something wrong. I'm like... Like, how many times have I'm just using this as an example, but how many times have I called these gloves mittens? Like, I could say these mittens, and they would correct me in the vlog, and they'd go, those are gloves. In an hour and 15 minutes, you can't find anything else to comment on, but the fact that I mispronounced that these are, I said mittens instead of gloves. Like, that's what always astounds me. Like, in an hour and 15 minutes, there's nothing else you could comment on. Like, seriously? There was nothing else you took from my hour and 15 minute vlog except for the fact that I mispronounced what these are called. Okay, I have things. Let's look at the temperature really quick. That coffee's already kind of gotten cold a little bit. Well, I made it about 10 minutes before I came out here because I was waiting for my movie video to be done so I could start uploading my drama video. My drama video is the only one that I haven't uploaded yet. Okay, well, it's uploading right now. What's the weather? Yeah, it's not, I mean, it's still cold, but it's not as cold as it was. Okay. Okay. It's 39 degrees. It feels like 32, which is a lot different than it being like 8 degrees. Tonight's low temperatures will be the same as last night's. No, I don't think so. Although when we were coming out of Costco today, it was windy. Like, it felt windy outside. Let's look at the daily thing to see. Oh, it says snow on Saturday and Sunday. Are we going to get the snow? Ma'am, do you know what it is? The high is on Friday. Now I'm kind of getting excited about this weekend. Did the storm shift and I didn't look? We'll have to look and see. 10 degrees for a high on Friday. Woo! Honey, I'm not leaving. Sunshine and clouds mixed. Those are, to me, to be honest with you, some of the worst days. When it's like 10 degrees and because you know it's like clear skies, which means at night, it's gonna, because, you know, cloud coverage just kind of like warms it up a little bit. Is that true or did I just make that up? I don't even know, but I feel like that should be true, right? So when it's 10 degrees outside, it is going to be so cold at night. The low for that on Friday night is 1 degree. Sunshine, I hate cold days and sunshine. Why are cold days and sunshine more depressing to me than cloudy days and sunshine? Or cloudy days and, that doesn't make any sense. Why are cold, bitter cold days with sunshine more depressing to me than cloudy days with sunshine? Is it kind of like, because we can see the sunshine and we can think about like the summer and going to the pool, but it's so cold? Okay, that's Friday night. Sunshine and clouds mixed, high around 10 degrees. Then Saturday, high of 12. Low of 9. Cloudy with light snow developing during the afternoon, very cold, high of 12. And then Sunday, snow during the morning will become lighter during the afternoon, very cold, high near 15. Okay, and then Monday is high of 12. Sunshine and clouds mixed. I think I looked at Fort Lauderdale for Alex, and I think it said that it was supposed to be, let's look on here and see. I think it's supposed to be like 80. Now I am jealous of that. Oh wait, Fort Lauderdale. Okay, Fort Lauderdale Country Club. No. Fort Lauderdale. Let's see what the temperature is going to be. He initially said to me, he goes, why don't you go down there and like, because they're all staying at Airbnb. He's like, why don't you just like stay, like you can like go to the beach with us and whatever, and you just like won't go out with us. Because it's like no partners are coming for this, and just stay in a hotel, but you can like fly down there with us and go to the beach with us and stuff like that. I was like, I'm good. I'll just stay home this weekend. Then Tanya and I talked about going on a trip. I thought about going on a trip by myself, but then I was like, I'll just enjoy. I really do enjoy just being at home by myself. I know it sounds so crazy, Why is it like my friends get it, but like if I say something online, there's always those people that are like, why does he like to spend time at home by himself? I do. I don't know. Like it seems like a little vacation to me. I don't know. It's I can remember, like, you know what it kind of reminds me of? This is going to sound so corny, but I can remember like when I would like house sit for my dad, like when I was in high school and stuff like that, and they would like leave and I'd be like, oh my God, I have the whole house to myself. Like it kind of feels like that. And you know what's so weird is that, I mean, they're always, their house is always spotless anyway. But I can remember like when I was even in high school, I never like had ragers or parties and stuff like that. I never had that many friends, but I would have a couple friends come over and stay, you know, like whatever. And we watched scary movies and whatever. We drank. We were not good kids, but like smoke weed and whatever. But we weren't horrible. I mean, it was like just us, you know what I mean? And so like it wasn't like it was crazy out of control or anything like that. And not always did I do that either. A lot of times I stayed out there by myself because I can remember being really scared. Like my dad's house is like out there, like on the lake. And I would be like, the property's big and stuff like that. So I would be like scared sometimes by myself. But this car's just stopped on the street. I can see the lights, but it's just stopped down there. Oh, Laura probably DoorDash something. Or maybe we're getting deliveries. But anyway, I can remember when my dad would leave, like I would like clean the kitchen up. Because I liked it to be nice. I still do the same thing. Isn't that so funny? Okay, and then, okay. Friday, 79. I don't think they get in until late. Then Saturday, 80. Sunday, 82, mostly sunny. I should have gone on the trip. Monday, 81. Oh, my Atlanta. Then it's in the 60s next week. They're going, like, at the exact right time. They'll have fun. They'll have a blast. Honey, I don't want to go on no bachelorette trips anyway. God love him. He said to me, he goes, I'm getting old. I don't know how many times. Like, I said, you're not getting old. What is going on here? This car's just stopped. This woman has driven around. The other day she was with, I think this is her. The other day she was with this older woman, and she stopped me, and she said, is your house up for sale? And I said, no. I'd never met this woman before. And I said, no. And she goes, oh, well, I live in the neighborhood outside here. My mom's wanting to move in here. She goes, wasn't one of these houses up for sale? My neck is starting to get cold. Hold on. And I said, yeah, my neighbors. And I said, but like it sold in like a day. It was literally like somebody. So the people that moved in here, which I still have not met her yet. I know I need to just go over there. But like I can tell they're unpacking because there's like more and more like broken down boxes on their front porch and stuff like that. I just kind of want to like give them some time to get in. So I know, because the old owners told me this, that they heard about the house. She's going real slow through here. This is kind of weird. She's literally like stopping at all these houses. I don't know if it's still her, but it looks like her car. Because this is when I was taking the dogs out earlier. This is like a cozy mystery. I mean, the thing is she stopped where there's not a house. Like she's parked, oh, now she's turning around? What's she doing? This is so weird. But anyway, they found out about the condo from somebody else that lives in the neighborhood. That's typically how it always goes. And so like they came and looked at it literally like the day it was listed. That's how it always goes. Condos go in here real quick. Oh, maybe she was looking for a house. She pulled into this driveway and she's just sitting in the driveway. Maybe that's not the woman. But anyway, the other day, I can't remember what day it was, maybe Sunday. This woman came down here and she was with this older woman. And she said, she like rolled down her window and she was like, hey, can I ask you a question? I was like, yeah. And she was like, is your condo for sale? And I said, no. She goes, I felt like there was like a condo for sale around here. This is funny what she said tonight, okay? So our neighbors next door, they were super, super liberal. Like the neighbors that we had before here, all of our neighbors are super liberal in here. But they had like the rainbow flag and then it had the trans flag on it as well. They got it they went to like the Zionsville Pride Day Festival or something, and that's where she got it. I told you guys about this because Caroline, she's like, does everybody think that that's your house? I said, what? Anyway, so I said something to my neighbor when she got it. And I said, everybody's going to think that we're gay because of that flag. And she just started laughing at me. But anyway, so anyway, this woman the other day drove by and she was like, this is kind of how people like look for condos in the neighborhood. So she drove by. Now one of my haters is going to drive by here when I'm walking the dogs and be like, is your condo for sale? Don't. I write down numbers of license plates. No, I don't. But anyway, I don't have that much time and energy. I just don't. If you're going to stalk me, stalk me. I mean, at this point, like, it is what it is. You know what I mean? Like, if you come up on my front porch, it's a different story. You better have an Amazon package or DoorDash. That's just how it is. But anyway, they're too weak to do all that anyway. She's still just in that driveway, just sitting there. She probably thinks that condo is for sale. It probably is, that lady. But anyway, she drove down the street the other day, and she had this woman in her car, and the woman looked like she was about 95. Like, no, seriously, like, she didn't look over at me at all. And so the woman was like, is your condo for sale? And I said, no. I said, it's not. I said, and she said, I feel like there was a condo for sale right around here. I said, oh yeah, our neighbor's condo was for sale, but it sold like in a day or two. And, she said, oh, she was like, yeah. She was like, okay. She's like, well, my mom's wanting to move in this neighborhood. She told me she lived outside this neighborhood. She's like, I live right outside this neighborhood. My mom's wanting to move in here. That's how it happens a lot. Like, they either lived outside this neighborhood before and they want to be in the same area, or they're like kids live in this area and grandkids. So she's like, I live right outside here. My mom wants to move in this neighborhood. I said, well, I don't think there's anything for sale right now. I said, but I could be wrong. She's like, I felt like there was something for sale. I said, well, theirs was for sale, and like they sold it and like left, and then the people moved in like the next day. She's like, okay. So then today, I was out there. I think the other day when she walked by, I had the other, both times I had the dogs on leashes with me. So maybe I had like the ski hat on the other day, whatever you call that hat. This hat right here that I brought this, I brought the gloves, I brought the lighter, which probably won't work now, but let's see if it'll work because it's been sitting in the cold, my phone. Oh, it does work. Look at that. Woo, ma'am. Okay. So anyway, she's like, okay. She's like, I know that things like go pretty quickly in this neighborhood. She was real nice the other day. Well, today she was driving through. I knew it was her because I could tell it was her. It was the same car, and just a pretty woman, and she had like dark hair. It was like longer and stuff. So when she like rolled down her window today, like, well, she was driving this way, so she rolled down the passenger side window, and this guy was with her, this older guy, and she was like, can I ask you a question? I was like, okay, new question? No, I didn't say that, but I was like, yeah, what's going on? And she was like, and it's so funny because like anytime a car pulls by, Otis and Walter just sit down. Just let me talk to whoever's walking by. So anyway, she was like, is your condo for sale? And then I'm thinking, is it the same woman that I'm almost positive, like her hair was the same and everything. And I said, did you not ask me the other, I said, I don't know how I said it, but I was like, I mean, I was nice about it, but I was like, did you ask me the other day because your mom's wanting to move in here? She's like, oh yeah, that was me. I did ask you. And I said, yeah, she goes, but it wasn't your condo. I was like, we literally just had this conversation 2 days ago, right? And I said, no, I said, it was our neighbors that, like, they sold their condo, but they moved out already, and the new owners are in. She goes, oh, so it sold already. I was like, we just had this conversation, like, 2 days ago. I go, yeah, it sold in, like, a day or two. And she goes, oh, okay. And she goes, for some reason, I thought that it was your condo. And I go, do I know you? And she goes, no. Listen what she says, okay? She goes, but the reason I thought you moved was because the flag was gone one day. Well, I'm not connecting it in my head. They put an IU flag out there. The new owners, they have like an IU flag. Half the neighbors have an IU flag out there. This is big IU country, okay? And I'm like, and I'm thinking IU flag. And I'm thinking the IU flag's gone. And I go, no, their flag's still there. She goes, oh, the old owners left it for the new owners? And I'm like, I cannot figure it out. Well, like, half the owners in the neighborhood, and they had this at their house. You know, like, people have the poles that stick out, and then, like, you change it, like, Easter's like Easter eggs, and, like, Halloween's like a pumpkin. Do you know what I'm talking about, those flags? They have one. Half the people in here have it, okay? Like, those decorative flags. So I'm like, what flag is she talking about that was gone? And she just looked at me and she goes, anyway, she goes, I just thought that was your flag and that's where you guys lived. And I'm like, oh, the pride flag. I was like, and I looked at her like, oh, I get you, right? I don't know why she didn't want to say it in front of this guy. This guy was old as the hills anyway. Maybe that's why. I go, oh, no, that wasn't our flags. That was our neighbor's flag. And she goes, oh, and she kind of like laughed, like she was embarrassed. I go, it's fine. I go, everybody thinks that. She goes, well, I feel bad now. And I go, no. And then the guy looked at her like, what's going on here? Like he was confused. I go, no. I go, but I don't think there's any condos for sale right now. She goes, I keep on hearing there's a condo for sale. I go, well, I would know. I said, because they like put things in our mailbox and they email us if there's a condo for sale because that's kind of, Is this his car coming back? You know what's so weird is that car is now sitting in the garage. Why were they going down so slowly and then they just pulled into that garage? Is that those people? I don't know the people that live at that condo. They don't ever come out. I don't even know. I wouldn't even know their names. I wouldn't know those people. I don't know them. The camera stopped right while I was saying I don't know those people. I don't know those people. I don't know who they are. I don't know a lot of the people that live right down there. The guy that lives down there that's dating the sister of the dog, they like one has a brother and one has a sister. I know her, and she's dating the guy down there that lives in the very end. He's real nice. He walks every day. I like him. I don't know, but I don't know them right there. They're on the corner by the lake. Their condo is gorgeous though, and they have a huge screen and porch off back. The people next to them are newer, I'd say in the last year, because the people that lived in between them, well, I can say this now because I don't even know who those people were, but like ambulances and police would come, like I think like 4 or 5 times in a year, and people would be screaming, and it was just apparently like her granddaughter lived with her, and her granddaughter was like in her 20s, and it was a lot of trouble or something like that. I don't know. They moved out, and the people that lived across the street from them was the woman that was smoking a cigarette by the pool, and she ducked down. They didn't want her in her anymore, so they're glad. I do know the people that live in that condo now. And then the next condo down, this is on the right-hand side by the lake. Well, that lake. There's a lake over there, and there's a lake over there. Then the next one down is the guy that's dating the girl that she lives on the other side of the pool over there. Then over here, it is pool crew lady number 1, pool crew lady number 2, and then on the other side, pool crew lady number 2 is this older woman that I met for the very first, I think I met her one other time, but she brought her dog. Remember I talked about that? To Laura's grandma's going away party. And then on the other side of them, there's like, that condo has changed out like every year. And then on the other side of them, that woman has lived in here, she and her husband. He's a police officer, a retired police officer, and her son's a police officer. Super nice. She's the one that walks the dog with the poodle that looks just like my favorite neighbors, which I haven't seen because I've been vlogging so late at night. But anyway, they have the same, like their poodles look like twin brothers. She's really funny. She's really, really nice. Whenever like I'm swimming, she'll always walk by. She walks like 4 times a day. She's probably like my age. And she's always like, so you're just swimming, huh? She always gives me such a hard time. The people in this neighborhood have such a, like, you would think they were very serious and stuff, but they're not. They have, like, really hilarious, like, senses of humor. Most of them do. They're really funny. Like, especially the ones that are a lot older. Like, the ones down here, like, she's always, like, when I see her now, they love, Otis and, I almost said Boo and Tucker. She loves Otis and Walter so much. Well, all the 3 ladies now do that come down there. They all go to the same woman's house. She's the one that doesn't really leave her house. I help her with her trash cans and stuff sometimes. But anyway, she is, I think one of them is a retired police detective, which this would make such a great cozy mystery. She's a retired school teacher, English teacher, because she would always remember Boo Radley's name. There's like 3 in here that are retired English teachers that would remember Boo's name. Anyway, because of Boo Radley from To Kill a Mockingbird. But she's the one, the friend is the one that walks down with her coffee cup and her cane every day. And she said to me, no, we're not drinking coffee. We're just solving the world's problems. I love her so much. And they're all like late 80s, early 90s. And super hilarious, though. Oh my God, the people in here are so funny. I wish I could catch it all on camera, but like a lot of them don't walk by and stuff like that. When I'm walking, if they're like out in their yard or like have their dogs out in the yard or whatever, like some of the things they say to me is just hilarious. So anyway, I love this neighborhood. How did I get talking about all that? I don't know. Stories, as me and Valerie say at the casino, stories. I haven't been to the casino for so long. Oh, that was one thing I was going to maybe do. Well, first of all, you know what I could do? Because Alex, he took us back Monday or Tuesday. I can't remember. But I could go Sunday night to the casino. I don't like to go Fridays or Saturdays. It's not like a night to go to the casino. But I could go Sunday night. I might do that. I don't know. It's weird because people are like on the vlog. You guys are so sweet. You're so protective of me. It's so weird. Like that's one of the things, like, when people say, like, what did you never expect from YouTube? Well, first of all, like, in my prayers every night, the thing I always end on is, thank you for allowing me to have, like, a career on YouTube. Because I never in a million years ever would have thought that this would be a career. I mean, I don't take it that seriously. I just feel blessed that I get to do this and pay my bills. Like, I mean, it's just unbelievable, right? But like I always say, and thank you for the people being so kind to me and Alex and Caroline. I mean, people sent Christmas cards to Caroline and Tanya. I I mean, Alex got Christmas gifts and cards and stuff like that. I mean, people are so nice and so generous, and just you guys have been there through the dogs and the accident and my illnesses and being in the hospital. You guys are so nice, and the good days and the bad days. You know, you guys are so nice. And I think, like, that's one of the things I never really expected about YouTube. Like, well, first of all, when I started on BookTube, I could never imagine, like, I remember, who was texting me? Oh, Liliana in the group chat. So it's my nephew Sebastian's 10th birthday today. He's my godson. I told him like 4 years ago when he was 16 I'd buy him a car. Now I'm kind of regretting saying that. But we did make a deal with both of them. So we made it with Carlitos first. Jesse and I did. And then Liliana signed up for it too. So I told Carlitos, I think it was during their wedding. Now everybody's texting the family group text. So during their wedding, you know what? That birthday party will be this weekend. I wonder if that's what she just put out. Well, Alex will be gone. No, that's not what it is. Anyway, so what was I gonna say? I think it was during their wedding. And I was talking to Carlitos, and I said, if you make it to 21 and you never smoke a cigarette and you never vape or anything, I will give you $1,000. And he was like, seriously? And Jesse was sitting right there. And I said, yeah. I said, I think it's one of the hardest addictions to quit. I said, it's so expensive and it's like so horrible on your health. Like, of course I don't want him to use anything, but like, I think nicotine is something, like, in my life, off and on, I have fought the hardest through all of it. Like, I think, like, I was talking to my dentist yesterday because she was like, do you really smoke anymore at all? Or not my dentist, my dental hygienist. And I said, because she was like, you know, when you first came and saw me, she's like, I know you said you smoked, but not very much. And whenever I said, I vape from time to time, I smoke. I said, but really only if I'm on vacation or out with somebody. I said, nobody really smokes that I know anymore. So no, like, you know, I don't, like, from time to time I might have a cigarette, but like, no, I just don't smoke like I used to at all. And she goes, well, you can really tell a difference in your teeth and things like that, which I thought that was like, I never thought I would hear, you know, whatever. But I was telling her, we were talking about smoking and whatever, and I said, well, first of all, I said, it's so expensive today to smoke. And I said, you know, like I said this not too long ago, like in a video, like I always have like a pack of cigarettes and a vape at the house, like a nicotine vape. But even like nicotine vapes are expensive as well, you know? And so if you see me smoking a cigarette or hitting a vape in a picture, let's not be surprised and blackmail Peter, okay? I'm not ashamed of it. I'm 53 years old. I can make adult choices. I'm actually proud of the fact that like I have cut down so greatly. I mean, to be honest with you, back in the day, I smoked there was a long period of my life where I smoked between 2 and 2.5 packs a day. A long period of my life. That's a lot of cigarettes. And I do not have good history. Like, my mom's dad died at 39 from lung cancer. He smoked like, I mean, to me it's crazy, but like, I mean, I smoked a lot. But he smoked like 4 to 5 packs of cigarettes a day. Like, unfiltered cigarettes of, as being a bartender. And my mom would talk about, like, she could remember, I mean, she was real young, but she said she remembered him spitting up blood and like 2 weeks later he was gone. It was never diagnosed until he died. And then my grandma had emphysema like early, because my dad would always talk about, like, you know, you need to be really careful. Like, I think she had COPD as well. But anyway, she actually died from like a gallbladder operation, but it was complicated by her emphysema. And then my mom smoked, but my aunt quit smoking like early. Not early, but I think probably about my age now. And then I remember like funerals and stuff like that. Like every once in a while she'd be like, will you give your Aunt Kathy a cigarette just to have before, like on Christmas or whatever. She'd be like, can you give your Aunt Kathy a cigarette so I can have a cigarette after your Uncle Dave and I watch a movie, and I'd leave her a cigarette or something. But she hardly ever smoked. My Uncle Dave quit smoking long before his first heart attack. Long before that. And, are we getting a package? My mom smoked, but my mom, like, she was so weird about it. Like, she really, I mean, like, when she first, my mom never was, like, a heavy smoker. I don't remember my mom ever being, like, just one cigarette after another. I remember friends of my mom's being like that. I remember going to Beaver Island, Michigan with my mom's friend, and she smoked those Benson Hedges Ultralight 100s because I love the box. I thought the boxes were so cool when I was in high school. And I can remember, like, they had the windows up, air conditioning on. Do you remember that with the pull-out ashtray and the lighter that, like, you hit in? And I remember, like, she smoked in that car, like, one cigarette after another. It's a 9-hour trip to Charlevoix. Like, it was so smoky in that car. She drove this old Bronco, I remember. It was like, I was like, ugh. I mean, I was smoking at that time, and I still couldn't stand it. I felt like I was sitting in an ashtray. I've never, even as a smoker, I've never liked the smell of it or anything like that. I've always been very conscious about, like, cologne and, like, my breath and stuff like that. Even with coffee, I'm, like, very conscious about my breath. Like, if I drink a cup of coffee and I go somewhere, I always have, like, breath spray or, like, gum or a mint or something. But my mom, towards the end, she hardly ever, like, she'd buy a pack of cigarettes and make it last, like, 2 to 3 weeks. I found a pack of cigarettes. She would write the date when she bought the pack of cigarettes. And she'd go and buy these Monarchs that were, like, so cheap. And then she'd say, like, she'd have one cigarette, and it would be, like after her, like, 9 o'clock movie that would end at 11. She didn't have cable forever, so she would watch, like, the 9 o'clock movie every night, or the news. If she watched, like, the local news at, like, 11, she'd smoke a cigarette with that, and that was it. Like, that was her only cigarette for the day. She wouldn't even smoke, like, after meetings and stuff, like, later. When she first got sober, I would come over here, and we'd have a cup of coffee, and I'd smoke and whatever, and she'd always say, I'm such a bad role model, like, smoking around you. Like, I shouldn't smoke around you. She always, like, felt really bad about that, but she did it anyway. I don't know, it's just, you know, it's strange, like, people... I've been shamed a lot online for smoking, and I've never smoked in a video or vaped. I mean, a lot of people do that. I think it's whatever, make whatever choices you want to make. I'm not proud of it, which is why I've never done it. Like, I just don't... Have I ever done it? I don't know. I think it's... I'm not proud of it. I mean, do I enjoy it from time to time? Yeah, absolutely. I think it's weird to shame somebody that's like, I mean, I'm 53 years old. I greatly know the health hazards of smoking. It's horrible for you. But I was talking to my dental hygienist, and she said something about, I said it's been one of the hardest things in my life. Like, I know it sounds crazy. Like, my dad said to me years ago, well, back in my 20s, like before I got sober, he'd say, when I was going to tanning bed and stuff, he'd go, I don't know why you don't just smoke in the tanning bed. That way you'll make sure you get cancer. My dad hated it. He hates it. Like, he hates smoking. But I can remember, like, my dad telling me one time, like, I said something about, he goes, like, if you quit smoking, like, or if you reduce your smoking greatly, the last time I had a lung check, I think it was like a year ago, because I asked my doctor to order one. And it was fine. I was blown away. I couldn't believe it. But I don't, like I said, like, I might smoke a cigarette here and there, but never, like, ever the way that, I'm not around people that smoke, you know? Like, Tanya and I will smoke a cigarette every once in a while, but she doesn't even smoke like she used to back. I mean, if she and I are together, we might smoke a cigarette, but, like, at a meeting, but nothing like I used to. And to be honest with you, I don't really miss it. Like, that's the crazy thing about it. I always thought, like, there's no way I can give it up because I'll miss it. I don't know what happened. It just kind of gradually, I just kind of stopped. I don't, like, it wasn't like, people ask me a lot, they're like, how did you, like, people will say, how did you quit smoking? And I feel like that's kind of like, Fufu's now in the family text. I feel like that's kind of a trap when people say that on my videos, because they know I haven't, like, quit smoking completely. Like, I still smoke from time to time. Like, I'm gonna own that completely. Like, on a vacation, oh, I always take a pack or two of cigarettes on vacation, and, you know, so yeah, like, I always do. I'm not gonna, like, act like I don't. I'm not gonna be a phony about that. And I'm not proud of it. I think it's dirty. I think it's gross, but it's still something I enjoy, you know? But people be like, on my vlogs, they'll be like, how did you quit smoking? And it just comes out of the blue. Like, I won't even talk about it in a video. Like, I don't know. I wish this family chatter about Sebastian's birthday is going off like crazy. I wish I knew the trick to it. I don't know. You know, my Uncle Dave quit. Well, across the street when I was talking to her one day, she smoked, like, in her 20s. I mean, she's, like, you know, in her 70s now, but I said, I would never guess she was a smoker. People always say that to me, like, when they meet me in public. They're like, I would never guess that you smoked, ever. And she's like, yeah. I was like, how did you quit? She was like, I just did. One day I just made a decision. I don't really remember ever making a decision. I remember saying, if I didn't really want a cigarette, I wouldn't smoke. That was kind of the mindset. Like, if I didn't really feel like I had to really want a cigarette to smoke a cigarette. It was during the winter time. I mean, this is years ago. This is years and years and years ago. It was during the winter time. And, like, if I went out, like, side, do you guys remember when people used to smoke in their houses? My ex and I used to smoke in our apartment together. Oh, it's so gross. I can't believe that. But, and Alex doesn't smoke, and he thinks it's gross too. But anyway, and that was a huge part of it too. Like Alex doesn't, I mean, he never says anything. And like if I'm on vacation and like have a cigarette or whatever, he could care less. But, it was during the winter, because I can remember thinking, like, how bad do you really want the cigarette to go stand outside? And I didn't. And then that, like, greatly reduced it. But anyway, I was talking to my dental hygienist about it, because she was like, how do you compare it to other addictions? And I said, the thing about it is, it's in some ways kind of similar to alcohol, because I said, if somebody's, like, using heroin, or cocaine, it's not necessarily justified by society. Like, a lot of people, but, like, and the other thing is this, like, if you say to somebody, like, you're smoking crack or you're shooting dope, like, you're going to die from that. Like, we hear a lot about people dying, like, right after they start using something or on pills. Like, we hear young people dying all the time. But I said, if you hand a pack of cigarettes to somebody that's 18 years old and you say you're going to die of cancer, like, well, when? 30 years from now? Like, the long-term consequences are so hard to rationalize when you're young, and the addictive nature of nicotine is so strong. So anyway, in my life, the money that I've spent, and the health hazards I probably put my body through that I haven't even seen the results from yet, I'm sure it'll help me down the road. Like, that's something I know, even though, like, I don't smoke anywhere near. I mean, I'm so proud of the progress that I've made on the smoking. I'm nowhere like I was back in the day, at all. Like, I can't even remember the last time I went through a pack of cigarettes, like, ever. Well, probably, like, in Vegas when we went there for our anniversary. But I can't, like, since then, yeah, I don't even remember. But, so anyway, I was telling Carlitos, like, I don't want you to ever start smoking, because I think it's, like, the hardest habit to break. I mean, at that point, what's cigarettes going to be? $30, $40 a pack? I mean, it's ridiculous. And, I mean, when I started smoking, I can remember cigarettes being, like, $1.15 a pack. Like, what would that have been, 87? I was, like, 15 or something when I started smoking. I remember my friends taking their IDs into gas stations, because they had turned 16 before they changed the law to 18, and then they would say grandfathered in. Do you guys remember that? Did anybody do that? Anyway, and because they'd always buy my cigarettes for me, because I was the youngest one. And, well, they all smoked too. We all smoked, like, Camel Lights and cloves. But anyway, in high school, you know what's funny is that none of my friends from high school smoke anymore. Is that true? Well, most of my friends from high school are, like, hippies, and they're, like, super healthy. They're, like, healthy hippies. I don't really know how to explain that. They're very, like, one's a naturopathic physician. I mean, they're very, like, healthy people. They quit long ago. But anyway, so I said to Carlitos, I said, if you can make it to, I think I said 18 at first, and I was like, no, 21. And he goes, I can go to 21 without smoking. Because he's an athlete and stuff anyway, and I said, and plus, I think kids look so down on smoking today. Like, I think that's a really good thing. Like, I don't know, I kind of almost, like, idolized it when I was a kid growing up. I thought it was sexy. It was something I wanted to do. I've always been attracted to the bad things you're not supposed to do. Always. Ever since a little kid. I don't know if that's genetically because I'm an addict, or that's just who I am, my personality. But I've always been attracted to the things you're not supposed to do. Like, as a kid, I always, like, idolized the people that were, like, do you know what I mean? Like, drinking, smoking, all that kind of stuff. Anyway, and so Jessie was sitting right there, and she was like, I'll match that. I'll give you $1,000. She was like, Tio1 and I will give you $1,000 if you make it to 21 without smoking. He was like, seriously? And then Liliana walked in. Was it the same day? Maybe it was the next day. And he brought it up again. He's like, are you guys serious? And I was like, I'm 100% serious. And then Liliana was like, oh, she was like, is this about the deal of, like, he makes it to 21? And I said, yeah. And she goes, I'll do the same thing. He was like, I get $3,000? I was like, yeah, that's a good amount of money, right? It is a good amount of money. I hope he makes it. That would be happy money that I would be happy to spend. Well, then we made the same deal with Sebastian, too. So, I hope, But anyway, it's so weird today thinking that Sebastian is 10 years old today, I remember when he was born. I was telling Caroline that because David's birthday is this weekend. He's going to be 25. I remember my mom calling me and being like, Caroline had her baby, and I remember stopping on the way and picking stuff up, and I went to go. She was at the women's hospital here, and I remember going there. I was with my first boyfriend at the time, because I said, Caroline, do you remember him, like, coming? And she's like, no. I remember she didn't want me to take her picture in the hospital. I was like, come on, girl. Let me take your picture. And she finally let me take her picture in the hospital. I have this picture of my mom holding David. Oh, my God. Caroline, so the anniversary of my aunt's death was this last weekend. It was Saturday. Caroline and I were talking about it today. She almost started crying a little bit, and I started crying. And Caroline's like, don't you just wish you could stop time? I said, I do sometimes. You know, it's like, she's like, because you don't appreciate in the moment how good you have it. You know, and it's so true. Like with Otis and Walter, with Otis and Walter, I really try to just like sit in the moment and enjoy it, you know? I can't believe I haven't had to put my hat on or my gloves or anything. But I'm really trying to get better at that, you know? Like, I'm such a planner and stuff, and I'm just like, I just want to live in the moment, you know? I enjoy life more when I do. But I was like, we were talking about that today, and she was like, your mom loved David so much. I was like, she did. I mean, she really loved David so much. I think she knew she wasn't going to have grandkids, and so I think that David was like her grandchild, you know? He was young when my mom passed away, so he was like 5 or 6 when my mom passed away. I remember him. He was really little, because I remember my aunt held his hand and they walked in front of the casket, or behind the casket, or in front of the casket, in like the funeral procession. He was so little. He had a little suit and tie on and stuff. He used to have like this little Prince Valiant haircut. Everybody loved it when he was younger. Now he's got real long hair. But my mom used to say, she'd say, I have to wear glitter nail polish because David likes it when I wear glitter nail polish. And she said, and then like I point at things. This was like, you know, when he was real little. And she'd say, he'll take my finger and he'll like point to what like book he wants me to read or movie he wants to watch or whatever, because he likes the glitter nail polish. Because she would always wear glitter nail polish for David. Isn't that sweet? Anyway, he called today when I was talking to Caroline because I said something about, what are you watching? Oh, so last night Caroline was texting me. I don't know what show she was at. Oh, she was asking me about Hijack. And I said, no, I'm not starting it until, this is how I got started this whole thing. How did I come full circle? I said, I'm not starting it until all the episodes are out. But I told her, I said, The Pit's killing me, because I really want to watch The Pit. And I looked at the second season and it said 7 a.m. I was like, oh no, they're doing another season where it's the whole season's one day. I can't. Like it's so fantastic to binge that way. It's so good. Oh my God, The Pit is so good. That's what I was going to say. Emily commented and said, that, did I say this already? I can't believe that it didn't make your top 10. I couldn't either. And then I looked at my list. I hadn't even put it on my 2025 watch TV shows. As soon as I finish a show, I usually put it on the list. I don't even know how I missed putting The Pit on there. I have no idea. But anyway, that was definitely my favorite show of 2025. 100% hands down The Pit. I recommended it to everybody. When did I watch that? Do you know what? I was thinking that I watched it before we went to Mexico in the spring. But it would have been the summer because her friend at the pool was the one that told me to watch it. Maybe I did put it on the list. Well, if I did put it on the list, I put it on there twice. You know what? I want to go in there and look right now. I watched, because it would have been the summer. Because I watched Pulse, the Netflix show which got canceled, which makes me sad. I really liked it. Here's my 1,000-Pound Sisters notes. 2025 watch TV shows. Where's it at? Okay, my very first show is Heartstopper, season 3, which I think is coming back this year. And then my last show is Man on the Inside. Okay, let's go to the summer and see. So, I know that would have been Vegas. So that would have been on my birthday that I watched it. Because I can remember sitting outside. Is that a kid or is that like a bird or something? No, it's somebody walking on the street. Anyway, I remember sitting outside on the balcony in Mexico watching Pulse. Is that what it was called? With that girl that's been in a bunch of those shows, a blonde girl. I like her. Anyway, it was about the hospital in Miami. I liked that show. It got canceled. Who is walking down the street making those noises? Is that poker lady number 2? She's talking to somebody, but there's nobody out there in the street. Oh, I bet she's talking on the phone. A lot of people walk with their AirPods and they talk on the phone. Okay, so it would have been around my birthday. Oh, here it is. I didn't put a date. which is like the only show I didn't put a date on. Oh, you know what? I bet I added this. No. You know what I did? Was when Emily said it, I went in here and I added it where I thought it should go. Because see here, the Pulse, I finished on 7-11. So, Sirens, 7-4. Were we in Mexico during 4th of July? We were. Okay. The Waterfront, 625. Department Q, 621. The Mortician, 618. Well, I knew that I had watched The Pit before Pulse. So I put The Pit between The Mortician and Department Q. I can't believe I did not add The Pit to this. Like, I'm looking through here and I'm not. Yeah, it would have been after the summer because I saw her at the pool and that's when she talked about it. Squid Game, Season 2. School Spirits is coming back. I cannot wait. I can't believe I didn't put... Poker Face got canceled. Did you guys know that? I cannot believe I didn't put The Pit on this show, on this list. What are the early shows I watched last year? RuPaul's Drag Race UK. I haven't watched this season or Canada yet. I mean, of UK or Canada RuPaul. We're watching RuPaul, the US version right now. Missing You. Natalia Grace, the final chapter. Poor Natalia Grace. Jerry Springer, that documentary. That was, oh, so sad. Don't Die, The Man Who Wants to Live Forever. Oh, that was about that weird billionaire guy. Oh, that was so weird. The Innocent. Oh, that was the Harlan Coben show. That was so good. Who is that? That Harlan Coben. That was my favorite Harlan Coben one. I think Runaway might be a close second to that. Oh, this is when I was into all the Harlan Coben shows. Because Stay Close, The Breakthrough. I don't even remember that. What is that? Stay Close, The Woods, Earth Abides. Earth Abides from MGM is also another show that I highly recommend to people. They came out with the book, like in the 50s. I have the book. I downloaded on Audible. I think it was on sale. But I never listened to it. It's about the end of the world, but it's not really like a zombie apocalyptic book. It's about like what would really happen, like with nature and stuff. The guy that plays the lead in it, oh my god, what is his name? He's in like some TV show, because I said something to Tanya, I was like, he is so good look. I mean, so good looking. And Earth Abides Season 2? No. Okay, cast. He's like in some show that's about like Vikings or something. Because Tanya was like, oh, he's in that show that I watch. The camera's going to stop while I'm watching down here. Cast. Did you guys watch Earth Abides? It was so good. Alexander Ludwig is his name. This guy. He is so good looking in this show. Oh. Do you guys know what I'm talking about? They show him in the next picture. Here he is. On Vikings. Is that the show he's on? Vikings? I'm not really into like blondes usually, but he is really good looking. Okay, what's the show he's on? Oh, Vikings. He was in the Hunger Games? I don't remember that. Grown Ups, Earth Abides. Earth Abides was so good. The Final Girls. What movie is that? Ride or Die. What's he been in lately? What have you done for me lately? What's the newest thing he was in? Earth Abides. Oh, he's going to be in Marked Men, Rule and Shaw. That comes out. Oh, that came out in 2025. Bad Boys, Ride or Die. I don't know this guy. I don't know him much. But I liked him in that show. Anyway, that was a great show. Well, I'm not going to go through all my shows, because if I do that, then I'll just get completely sidetracked. Tonight, my plan is to watch Suddenly Amish. Well, I'll take a walk as soon as I get this vlog rendered and get my drama video up. Then I'll take a walk. And I'll probably take a longer walk tonight because it's not as cold. And it's going to be like frigid this weekend. I didn't realize that. So tonight, I'm going to take as long a walk as I can get. So yesterday, I finished a James Patterson book. I started the Murder by Cheesecake. Oh, did I already tell you guys this? And I was listening to it in my Uber ride today. The guy that I got picked up by a pickup truck. So he was like on a call like the first half, and I asked him a question, and he was like, can you, I got on a call right now. I was like, that's fine. So I started listening to the book. Then he got done with this call, and we were talking. Did you guys know that there was like a service besides Lyft and Uber that's called Roadie? That they'll like pick you up and if you need to move something, like with a pickup truck. Because he said, the battery's gonna flashing and it's dying. Let me stop this really quick and put another battery in so I can finish this. I'll be back in 2 and 2. Okay, I'm back. I know I promised I was going to do a really long vlog tonight, but I'm like really tired. I'm going to probably have to, well, it's actually good that Alex is going to be out of town this weekend then, because It's going to be so cold. I don't think I can sit out here when it's like 1 degree. There's like no way. So I'll vlog from inside. I might do one from the bedroom with the dogs, with Walter and Otis. And then hash brown and tater tot. Caroline got to see their haircuts today. She was so excited. She had a good time on our cruise. But she did a Norwegian cruise. This is her 3rd time doing it. I said, when you like go on there, is it like White Lotus, or they like, how many times have you gone? And she's like, yeah. She's like, everybody else, it was their first time. I was like, what does it mean? Because you just get like a different color like thing. I was like, oh, does that mean something special? She's like, no. She said it was okay. So they went to Belize, but they didn't get to actually go to Belize. They went to an island that Norwegian Cruises owns. She was like, it made me kind of mad. We wanted to go to Belize. She said the cruise ship was fine. She said it was just okay. She wasn't blown away by it. She said the weather was nice on the boat. She was like, but it was just okay. They went out of Tampa. She had a good time. She was glad to be gone for a week. She said it was really nice. It was really relaxing. She had her own room. I said, you didn't share? She's like, no, I'm too old for that. I don't share rooms unless it's with my husband. So we talked about actually doing like a 3-day trip to Vegas, like when it's warm. I said, because she's like itinerary person. I said, you can completely be in charge of the itinerary and just you do dinner and like a show every night for 3 nights. I said, Vegas would be perfect for us because she gets up early. I said, you can get up early, do some work. I said, then you can go lay out by the pool. And if I come down to the pool at like 11 or 12, I said, it won't matter. Then we can go up and take a nap, or we can shop, and then we can like go out to dinner. We can go to early dinner, early show, and then you can go to bed and I can go gamble or something. She's like, that sounds like fun. So we might do that this summer, but probably not. Caroline is kind of like, you have to plan out 2 years ahead with Caroline for a trip. But anyway, so she said to me, she goes, that sounds like a fun trip for you and Tanya, or you and Nikki. I always call Nikki and Tanya on the phone with Caroline, have them on speakerphone while I'm talking to Tanya. Or talking to Caroline's in the car. She's like, hi, Nikki. Hi, Carol. Or hi, Tanya. So anyway, what was I saying? So last night she was asking me about a show to watch, and I said His and Hers. She'd never heard of it. She goes, this is a comedy. I go, that is so weird, because I thought the same thing. So then when David called, because it's his birthday this weekend, about her birthday dinner that they're doing. So he and his girlfriend, Caroline and Mike, are going to birthday dinner on Friday or Saturday. I can't remember. But anyway, I was like, so what's up? Or something like that. And he was like, have you watched His and Her? No, he said, I'm watching His and Hers because of your recommendation. He's like one of the only people in my real life that watches my videos. He watches my TV channel, my movie channel, and my reviews. And he was like, I saw your thumbnail come up. And he was like, and so I didn't watch the review because I didn't want to spoil it. But he was like, he and his girlfriend are watching. I almost said her name. Not, she wouldn't care anyway. But he was like, we're watching His and Hers and we're on the last episode. He goes, then I'm going to watch your video, see what you thought about it. I said, I thought it was really good. And Caroline goes, is it really that good? He goes, yes, Mom, you need to watch it before Friday or Saturday. They think they're doing dinner on Friday. He was like, before Friday, so we can talk about it. I thought that was cute. Anyway, so she's gonna watch His and Hers. Tonight, I am gonna watch Suddenly Amish. But if I don't watch it till tomorrow, then I'll do my review of it on Friday. But I also want to do my Love After Lockup. I was gonna watch the Andrea Yates documentary. By the time this is up, and you guys have commented or watched this vlog, if some of you have, if you've seen the Andrea Yates documentary and you think it's like a must watch, like Nikki started watching it and she was like, it's not that great. I can't remember what Tanya said about it, but somebody else said it wasn't that great. I was like, well, maybe I won't watch it. Then last night, Nikki was watching the documentary, and Tanya didn't like it either, about the criminal, the guy that's all like tatted up. I think he was on death row. Neither one of them really liked it. Because I was like, well, I'll watch those and I'll cover it on my TV channel. So standalone true crime I'm covering on my movie channel. If it's just like an hour and a half. But if it's a series, I'm covering on my TV channel. So anyway, I've got a bunch of shows to cover that I haven't watched. But I really want to get back into... So I want to finish The Last Frontier. I'd like to finish it. Well, I'm not going to finish it by this weekend. But I want to start something else. I like to start Pluribus. Invasion, maybe. Because I have the last season of Invasion to watch. You know what I don't know is if I put Loot on my watch TV list. We finished Loot. Did I put that on my list? Watch TV shows 2026. Yep, 1/7 we finished it. I do that so then I can remember if I finished something and when I finished it, because it kind of like puts it like, I just like having that on there. It's kind of fun to look back on. But I've done that for like the last 3 years. Anyway, I want to watch an episode of Vera tonight because I haven't watched it for several days. I'd like to watch like an episode or two, but I also want to watch a movie to review for tomorrow, so I don't know. And I also want to read. I announced the Cozy Mystery Book Club book for February. It's a good one. I've already started it, and I really like it. That's why I made it for February, because I was like, I have not heard of this author before, and I really, really like it. So, well, all right, you guys, I'm going to get off here, and I am going to... Oh, my Lord, it is 7:59. It is almost 8 o'clock. I'm going to get off here. I don't want to get... I miss the light outside, so when I'm walking, at least even at 8 o'clock, I'm still getting a little bit of sunshine. I'm walking on sunshine. Oh, oh, oh. That should be my thumbnail. Walking on sunshine. Oh, oh, oh. I won't remember that by the time I go inside to make my thumbnail and put it up. But anyway, should I pose? The church bells are going. Why do I always hear? Oh, because it's 8 o'clock. It's 8 o'clock and the church bells are going off. I must be sitting out here at the top of the hour. Top of the hour to you. Okay, I'm going to get off here now. Yeah, so tomorrow I just have therapy. So I'll be filming videos around that. I got to look and see what time it is. And then Friday, Saturday, Sunday, honey, the land. I don't have anything. Woo! Filming videos, reading, walking. Oh, God, it's going to be cold to walk. I got to get my stair stepper thing out. I could do it at 3 o'clock in the morning because I might have to bring up my walking pad upstairs so I can walk inside at like 3 o'clock in the morning when I'm watching movies and shows. I'd rather sit in a chair and drink coffee. Are you kidding me? Anyway. Okay, I hope you guys are having a magically amazing Wednesday. If nobody else has told you this today, I love you guys. Stay warm. If you're in line of the storm, it's coming like Friday morning at the earliest, so please be safe. Please prepare. Have some food. Have firewood and candles in place and you know, flashlights and stuff in case electricity goes out. Please, please, please be safe. I love you guys. Walter just came to the door. He heard me finishing. It's so weird because it reminds me of like Tucker when they're both on the door going like this. Anyway, I love you guys so much, and if nobody else has told you this today, I love you guys, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye. Love ya!